Excited to go back in tonight against the Canadiens of all teams?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, that's where I started my career. So yeah, it's always exciting to go to play them again.
What have you seen from the way the team's been playing defensively of late?
Yeah, obviously, it's been better and better. So I think that's all part of it.
What do you learn from your stay in Montreal back in the days?
Well, I think I learned a lot about myself as a person. Obviously, it wasn't an easy time at times. I went through a lot of stuff, a lot of injuries. I think I found a way to make me stronger as a human, I guess, would be a way to put it.
What did you learn about yourself from what you can share?
Well, I think, I was hurt for a long time, and it wears on you mentally, physically. You don't know how it's going to go, so I think that was the main gist of it.
Do you still have buddies on Montreal? I'm guessing Gallagher was still there for
Yeah, Galley's there, Pez is there. I think that's kind of it. From the Army, he's there, but I think other than that, that's mainly it.
How did you grow as a player in the past few seasons and building your confidence and being able to be a player on a consistent basis in the NHL?
Yeah, I think obviously, I went from Florida to Abbotsford, and I think, RJ, the GM, and Abby, he just told me to go play and have fun. And I think that was the biggest thing for me, was going there, just enjoying every day and having fun. I think that really helped me as a player.
We just spoke with Brock. He was telling that Adam Foote, he thought, did a lot of work with you. Can you just describe what Adam did for you to help you?
Yeah, obviously, he's got a lot of experience and a lot of tips. And I think, at the start of the year, we just worked together basically every day, after practice, before practice, whatever it was. And I think it did help me a lot.
On that subject, how was it for you guys to be surrounding back all these 90s and 2000 legends on the ice? I mean, Blanchard, the settings.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of experience. Yeah, there's experience and knowledge, and I think they always have something for you every day, and I think that's good as players. We always want feedback, and we're eager to learn.
Getting away from the rink.
Rick, recently you've talked about kind of what you're expecting from voices on the bench, and I wanted to ask about JT Miller and what he brings to a bench during a game when, heading onto the power play or big moments coming up. What is he like as a vocal leader on your bench?
Yeah, he's an information guy. If a team's doing something different in the neutral zone, he's one of the guys who will ask right away, is there something to counter? Or, or it could be as simple to his line mate or to another guy, hey, hey, they're pinching a lot here, so let's make sure we do this. So he tries to be an extra coach on there sometimes. And he's an older guy, right? He's been around the block, so Podsy or Amon, those guys, he'll try to say something to those guys too.
So not just his line mates as well. Like, how does he affect, I guess, like you're talking about Niels and Pods? Like,
yeah, just little verbal things. Timeouts, going down to the defense, power play stuff, talking to Huggy before the power play. He's one of more communicative guys. We tend to be quiet sometimes. He's a guy that will talk, which you need some talkers in there.
I saw Vasily Podkolzin working out early with Sergei Gonchar and Niels Höglander with the Sedins as well. What do you think about those young guys putting in the extra work before and after practice just to be able to work with some of those coaches?
Well, I think it's really, if you look at Höglander, it's really worked for him. And we haven't seen Podsy all year, and I think since we've got him, he craves it. You almost got to kick that guy off the ice. He's got to find the balance because he'll stay all day. I'm not comparing him to Yager, but Yager, in his early days, he had to kick the guy off the ice. It was actually too much. So we got to make sure with Podsy, he doesn't get too much information because he's at his best when he's kind of mind free.
When a player like Elias Lindholm is going through a slump like the way he is, what approach do you take to help him get out of that slump?
When veteran guys like he's been, he's an 800-game guy, it's little things. Like he knows how to play the game. He knows play without the puck. He's obviously face-offs are great. Hey, maybe move your feet a little bit on these plays. If you get, it seems like you're holding the puck a little long instead of quick release. Like little subtle things. I don't think you have to go through a whole X and O's with Lindholm. He's a guy that knows how to play the game. It's more the subtleties. Sometimes you tip off before you shoot hey, we're finding you're tipping off your shot where, maybe before you were, there's a little more deception in your game. It's no different than Hughes, no different Millie. You give Pettersson, good players need that little, but it's not like we sit him down and have to go, okay, we got to rework his game. It's just the subtleties of the game that you try to help him with.
It felt like last game he was coming along. There were chances that were created. He was passing the puck into some high danger areas. Does it feel like he's close to breaking out of his current slump?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of parts of his game we really love, and there's some that he wants to get better. I think he's a little banged up too, to be honest with you. So he's playing through a little thing here and there. It's nothing major, but I think when he's fully healthy, knowing the way, he does play a smart game where there are some times, hey man, go for it. I think that will all come together. We just got to connect all those dots together. I think he'll be fine.
Hi, Coach. How would you describe the importance in general of Noah Juulsen here?
Who's that?
Noah Juulsen. How will you describe his importance here?
He's been, he's been a guy that worked his way from the minors to us, and he's a solid contributor. Very good PK guy for us. He's a guy that's been out, but he shouldn't be out. We have healthy guys. So, he's been a guy that he's taken his information, how to stay in the NHL, to a different level. That's why he's in the NHL. He's really, from what we've taught him, he's really taken it. And he's been a pleasure to coach. We're lucky we got him. We got him for next year, too. We're lucky.
Hi, Rick. Casey DeSmith has had quite an eventful summer, we could say. How can you put in context, what he has brought to this team, given what he's been through before getting here?
A calmness. He's, those backup goalies, they don't play very often, and his temperament in the dressing room, his way he practices, to me, is like those are the guys you want in your room. Even if he hasn't played in 2 weeks, he plays, and I think he had a bad game one time. A lot of guys, the guys have played, some of the goals, he feels that he's one of those guys, it's on me. He just didn't play in 2 weeks. Some of the goals he couldn't have stopped. But he's that guy, and the players see it, they feel bad. What do you mean? It's not on you, it's on us. Some other goalies, it's like, I'm not playing. But he doesn't say that. So I think his character is, as much as well as playing for us, his character is outstanding.